Good afternoon, and congratulations on being first. I can't open the Twitch emote selector. Wait, different button. Huh. Alright, let's tune out of here for now. Been a long, hot day, I'm sure. Been it feels like the entire of the US is in a heat wave right now. Actually, the entire world, essentially. But yes, who shall we be today? We will be, we'll be you know what? We'll be Custom 3, because she still doesn't have a name. Alright, let us, uh make sure that this is after all, there's EP writing on this. We can't have people be losing their EP. Even though ideally, I mean, maybe you want EP, I don't know. Guess it depends on who you are. If you're an insomniac, you probably want the EP. But if you're not an insomniac, probably don't want the EP. Anyway, F5 brings me to the with chat view. How's it going? Hmm, how curious. It did actually change the loaded model in VTube Studio, but it didn't trigger the change script. But you know what it might be? Curious. Let me try something here. So there is a script that runs when the model is changed. Ah. Um, I know why it doesn't work. It's because the way that VTube Studio changes the loaded the shown thing is by running control surface show VTube Studio. The problem is that's not a script anymore. That was removed. Um, so we need to change this to CS model change, and we need to set variables dot executing node equals show vtube studio. Interesting. The VTube Studio window is the wrong size. How has that happened? Now, is this an issue? It's a curiosity at least, but is it an issue? Hmm. You'd say no. I think you might be slightly biased. To be fair, I don't think anybody voted for no. So, uh, th- huh? That's so strange. I just got 2 gifted subs from 2 different people today. I was going to also mention 2 different people, but I realized that's always true. If you get 2 gifted subs. Can't be gifted a sub to someone you're already subscribed. Um, but yeah, got a gift sub to Pally. That's exciting. Wait, that means I can Darth party more often. Hold on a minute. Okay, we absolutely 100% of the time need to be. I need to be. I need to be lurking constantly. We gotta get those Darth parties up. All right. I need to get my YouTube chat open. One of the things that was pretty exceptional, actually, is the turnout to the Coalescence stream was very high. It actually is my most viewed live video ever at this point. Which is crazy. I am going to pay out no issue on the prediction. See if I can find the the thing. But yes, if I open my OBS, I can window capture this tab. Nope. I can window capture this tab. And I can show you that, yeah, actually this stream had 102 views and is the only such live video to have ever done that, and it was in 2 days. We could see, weirdly enough, it says 6 views, but you could see there were very many views on it, unless somebody opened it 100 times. Unless somebody opened it, hold on a minute. Because I mean, it says that there are 36 unique viewers. But I can actually tell if somebody opened it 300 or 50 times or more. So we should be able to tell. No. Okay. So this graph would tell me cities if somebody opened it 50 or more times. So the only thing I can assume is that it is just people stopping by, which is interesting because I've never seen turnout that high. And I thought that the development content underperformed. That is very interesting. Somebody sent a chat message as it ended? Was that me? Maybe it was me sending the Discord link. I'm not sure. I could check really quick. I could just open the video. I'm curious enough to look. I think that it is probably a good idea to try to determine what I did right. Yeah, it was me sending the Discord. But yeah, apparently 1.4 thousand people on YouTube were served the recommendation. Oh, the other thing that was pretty interesting is I can see the traffic sources. And there are some interesting traffic sources. Specifically the video, that's not the right one. I forgot I moved it off. Specifically the videos that people have come in from, because apparently somebody came from this So yeah, that is certainly one of the videos of all time to come to my content from. But somebody came from a Linus Tech Tips video. Very, very, very strange sources, but I'm not complaining. Anyway, as interesting as it would be to dig into analytics for the entire day, I don't think everybody likes seeing numbers. But yes, everybody, welcome in. Elephant in chat. Good to see you. And let's get on to the meat of today's stream. I have a problem. Actually, I have 99 problems, and naming characters happens to be all of them. So what I need to do is I'm making an application to help me name characters. But before we get to that, there's one very quick thing I want to fix. Whenever I resize the scripting form, it gets narrow, which is a problem because I need the script editor to have a decent amount of width. So it needs to be width minus scripts dot right minus 4 will give it the right size. And then I need to change a couple of these controls to dock to anchor on the top left and not the bottom left, so that they will not be moved incorrectly. I'm going to really quickly rebuild Coalescence just to fix that issue. Rainbow, yes. Although it actually is supposed to be a proper rainbow, but there's something wrong with the hue shift. So it's not quite correct, and I've never figured out why. Okay. I do need to check my microphone. Sometimes when I turn off this fan, the microphone stops working. All right, coalescence is good. I'm gonna go and open my door really quick so that AC can actually get in. I was also a little disappointed to see. I watched some of the previous stream, the VR stream, and I had envisioned, having like, oh, it looks like she's holding a gun. It'd be super cool. It very rarely, if ever, looked like that. And instead, I looked like an idiot the entire stream, which is kind of funnier. So maybe it's not a bad thing. But it was certainly one of the things of all time. All right. I do need to bias this slightly. Where? I'll probably change it to -12, but I'm not going to bother rebuilding at the moment. Okay. Let me clear my screen, and we'll get down to the interesting bits. So I'm going to move that there. Let's go around and close a few things, actually. This. I don't need FL Studio open. I do intend on using a scary display capture, is why I'm going through and closing a bunch of windows. Don't need this, probably. Do need that. I closed the wrong browser. Need to quickly check if I have any updates here. Nope. It's strange that 2 of the front page things have magenta backgrounds. Close other tabs. Okay. We're going to move to the scary capture. I call it the scary capture because it's the only capture that's likely to dox you. Coalescence just died when I hit exit without saving. That's funny. Okay. Display capture. That's right. Display capture. So here is my application, which I have never named the form for, called Thank Me Later, which does a lot of very smart things and definitely wasn't made in like 2 hours. And the goal is I want to name every single one of these characters. There are 100 Centurion, and about 10 of them have names. Also, one of them is dead. So we need to come up with all of the names. And the idea is that we can make an application that will help us create a formula for a name using different classes. So we have like vowel, capital vowel, consonant, capital consonant, some things that look good on the end, soft consonants and hard consonants are the current classes I have. And then the goal is to come up with good names from this. And that's how that goes. So our goal is to do that. So let us begin. First things first, let's save these documents. I might upload this to version control. It isn't actually in version control. We'll be fine. I'm sure that that decision will not come back to bite me in the ass. Where's my... Just... All right. But it's funny. I also mentioned in the YouTube description, in before somebody tells me to use ChatGPT. I refuse. We'll see. Somebody's probably gonna be like, just use ChatGPT, bro. No. The names are probably going to be atrocious. At least these are my atrocious names. All right. So we're going to try to come up with a good formula. So right now we have capital consonant, vowel, consonant or hard and then soft consonant, or then nothing or vowel or vowel vowel or vowel consonant vowel, and then one of the endings. An ending also has a pretty decent chance to be nothing. So let's hit generate, see what we get. It is pretty funny, the kind of dumb shit that it'll generate, like hoo-ha. And our goal is to just kind of improve this. So what I might do is create a class of capital soft consonants, and we might G is not a soft consonant. Save this class, and we might require that they start with a soft consonant, of which we will remove G from both soft consonant classes. Life. Mm. This is guaranteed to have at least 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the shortest name is 3 letters long because E has a chance to be nothing. This has an explicit empty. Here, maybe we do that. It's now at least 4 letters long. Um, we have an issue with it generating several of the same vowel in a row. Hmm. So one of the things I would like to do is limit how many vowels can be in a row. And to do that, I'm going to actually put a consonant here, specifically a soft consonant. Um, which should cut down on the number of consecutive vowels. Um, suck. Hmm. Maybe we make it soft or vowel for a name. It has to be lowercase s. Wait, uppercase, lowercase. It is kind of random. Why is lowercase v producing nothing? Oh, these are capital I's. I might be an idiot. I do want to bias towards soft consonant and make vowels rarer. Maybe we have a chance for a hard consonant, which is actually a lowercase. All right. Hmm. Maybe we just get rid of G in general. Let's get rid of the endings. Uh. Hmm. Do just S? Huh? Q is in the lowercase? No, it's not. Oh, consonant or S. Let's guarantee S then. Um. Okay. Let's put a chance for it to be a Y at the end. Because it is the preceding character will always be a vowel. In fact, we can actually simplify this by doing um this. And this is V or nothing. Consonant or nothing. It's not quite right, but it would be nice if I were able to program in detections for previous characters and kind of program it. But the problem is I don't actually have anything. This literally, the entire system just takes this type of structure, and then chooses one of these options that are pipe delineated. Um, that is the entire system. So there's no more complexity to it than that. Um, how would I even do that? Because we could use symbols like the exclamation mark to do modifications to the next class. I mean, that would maybe work. But without it having the ability to detect characters, because like what I would like to do, right, is if it ends with an I, maybe add an E. Um, if it ends with an E, maybe add a Y. But that isn't exactly inside of the realm of possibility with this engine. I mean, some of these are okay, like Myqua, like Maka. Uh, Lasura isn't bad either. Um, hmm. We could also add a new class to bias it. So we bias to LA. Um, S V could be fun. And what we can do is save that, put that in this list twice so that these are more likely to start with these. Hmm. Lao2 sounds like an eldritch horror. Let's see. Gotta remove V. It isn't doing very well. Um, we will reduce its likelihood. Roomba. Oh no. Um, hmm. How can we improve the system? A lot of these are starting with vowels. Let's make vowel less common. Each of these are equally likely. So, um, putting in more of a specific entry will make it more likely. We could get rid of the V or do V or nothing. Change this to an S. Give a soft A is a decent one. It's kind of basic. There's another Fey. Um, the problem is that since there are so many um empty entries here, because it's here, let's do this. Because there's so many like nullable portions of this, it is very likely to generate nothing. So the names are getting too short. Because the shortest name is actually 3 characters long. You can see we got Tar, which is the shortest name that it could come up with. Um, because we have a guaranteed vowel first, a soft consonant or just any consonant, then a vowel, then a soft consonant, and then vowel, soft consonant, vowel. But these are all possible to be nothing. So it's a weird thing there. I would like to make this more like fully fledged to where I can do like a number before a class, like a 4S. Um, and then it would have 4 entries of S something. But sis, I mean, thin name, cinema. Hmm. I don't know. I don't like this generator. Let's try soft consonant. Um, uh, vowel, consonant, vowel. Hmm. I should really just hold on. I'm going to change the vowels to be the correct way around. Okay. SVCV, V, S, V, or S, or um, E. Um, there could be another vowel here, but it's unlikely. This vowel is unlikely. Um, these names suck. Okay, maybe we take off a vowel. Hmm. Get rid of E. Hmm. I don't know why that isn't working. It should be recursively able to resolve these. I mean, I guess it isn't a recursion, is it? Probably should be, but there are a lot of things that this engine could be. What I'm doing is I'm looking at the these immediates give you a general idea of how it's going to look when you actually do the thing. I do want to reduce the amount of immediates because there are around 20 generated. Um, because it uses the same amount of items. Right now, what I'm just doing is changing this to items. And for the immediates, we're going to do just 10. I do have to fully restart because for some reason I can't just do edit and continue on this. Project doesn't allow it. And then if I just type in Centurion, we have all of our data again. Except apparently I never saved the thing. So the classes are different, but the generator is not. So it's SV, CVV, nullable, SV, or E, or S. Oh, another thing I wanted to do is I want to make it when you select an item, I want it to copy. I just added it so that it will select the selected item. If I hit generate, then this should be just on my clipboard. Cool. Kind of like Remova. Interesting name. Bizarria's an interesting one. I'm kind of reducing my my bar because there are very, very many people to name, and none of them are, I mean, not none of them, but not many of them are actually going to be that significant. Amaya is an interesting name we might take. I want to change E to no longer have so few options. But EN, try OL. I don't know. Maybe some of them sound interesting. See, Cowhell. Sure, why not? You have a weird name. um, Cocoel. Sure. Um, are vowel names not? Oh, they're not allowed. So we're gonna set it to CVS. Which will give us a greater range of initial letters here. Mm. This is Elier. You know what? Sure. Just because it's people are going to read it as Lilier, despite the fact that that is a capital I. Me pay. Caveman name. Here, let's do this. Instead of V, it's now SV or nothing twice. Okay, we need to remove Q. We'll just remove this class. Uzun. I might replace the I with a Y. Is in the no, it's not. That's S. Oh yeah, no, it is. It is I from either here or here, and then S is returning S as a soft consonant. I might change V to give U less often. Um, I also want to give vowel beginnings to names less often. Mainly because there are very many names that start with vowels. We might also allow hard consonants in the beginning, and we'll remove K from that list. Oh, there isn't a K class. I meant Q. We'll move Q from that list. There isn't a capital K. Uvira. It changes to Kuvira. Vira. Bolelo. What a name. We might remove F from the soft vowel list. So we'll do. We'll put F back on, but it'll be less likely. Love Femme. What a name. Because right now I'm choosing their birth names, which they probably wouldn't continue to use. I should mention we are naming the centurions. So the first two, we have Alares. Number 2, the first is Ledim. And we are naming all 100 of them. Not all of them are still alive. Very few of them are actually important. But I wanted to name them all because they don't have names. Mike Fool. What a name. I'm sending this to Mike. All right, I have sent Mike Fool to Mike. Why is Twitch giving me advertisements for how their service works? I know how your service works. back to the name selection. I should probably change this play capture to a window capture. Mainly because it needs to be scaled. Actually, this is exactly 16 by 9. That's crazy. Um but yes. It looks so weird being this large. Oh, I need to get rid of dusk in the corner. One sec. Okay. You can now actually see the list. If I hit generate again. Olaf. Hmm. What are these names? Huh. I think we need more control over what we generate. We can do that. So I can make like class 1, which is V SSSK. And then we can put that in here. And then that is just the same as typing in this. So now we can make a 2 class. Oh. No, we can't. Hmm. We could actually do. I mean, shit, we should probably just make a way to process the result of a class like a resolution as a resolvable string itself. So let's do that. So we're going to head over to the Visual Studio one. The plan is to modify the resolution system to be a little bit more capable. And the way I'm going to do that is start by going to here, capture this entire thing as a method. So we will do JSON irregular expression, which we can now use to make this a internal static. Move it to another type. I think I just blasted. No, I didn't. Okay. And the idea now is that we can do a recursive resolver here. Internal static string resolve recurse string expression JSON erex, which we will take the contents of this, put it into here, and we will just call resolve recurse erex dot expression. and erex. The idea is that we actually do need to copy it. No, can we? We can. Okay. So this needs to be called return. We need to create our random in here. Private static random r is r.shared, or random.shared rather. And what we will do here is we find the match parentheses. If if reg s is -1 or reg e is -1, we want to break out of this loop. Else, I want to do expression equals expression dot replace. Oh, we don't actually have the region yet. We need to do this first. So this is the area inside of the parentheses. So I want this to be while the expression contains parentheses. Then what I want to do is resolve recurse. So expression equals expression dot replace region with resolve of recurse of region. And this, not this, erex. And the idea is that this will recursively resolve anything in parentheses. Then I want to do subparts equals expression dot split on types. I want to select the area that's in, and I want to set expression equal to that selected part. Or no, I want to return the issue is we have an aggregation. This replaces. All right, let's try this. An example phrase is maybe vs v or nothing twice. S v or nothing twice. V s, right? This is an example input. So while the expression contains a parenthetical, it will find the match parentheses and resolve this sub-expression. This sub-expression is going to be, let's say it gets A, right? So this turns into A. And that is handled by this expression replacement here. Now we have this. So this will find the match parentheses. So it'll take this region, which will then take this region, and it will return to maybe II. Now this region is SII. Maybe we get V. And then II is already replaced. But we don't know that. Hmm. Well, actually, the expression hasn't been evaluated yet. Hold on. So we end up with, let's see, we get v, which gets deparenthesized, s, and let's say we pulled vv, right? And that gets deparenthesized. Then we get v, which is actually the only thing in here. So let's put a pipe. We get nothing. We get s. Then we end up with vs, which maybe we get a, s, a, s, um, as our output. So actually, this works. So this is if expression dot contains a pipe, then we do this. Expression just equals selected part, then return selected part. Um, okay. And then we do our replacements. So that should work, I think. Find out when we type in Centurion and nothing works. No, it does. Surprisingly enough. The idea now is that we should have a lot more control because now we can determine how things will resolve much more cleanly. Now what we can do is we can do this. We want to do v.resolve expression is instead recursive or resolve recurse of v.expression with erex. And what we want to do is that bool literal equals false if expression dot starts with a $sign, then literal equals true. While literal or true and literal, which is just literal, but we're going to make it explicit so that it's clearer. This should now be able to support replacement lists. What we need to do is change this to be a literal. See, we have some K's in here. Wait, nope, they're all still actually. The literal class doesn't seem to be doing anything. Literal is true, expression equals expression dot substring of 1. to bring it forward 1 byte. It's still not reading literally. So the idea now is that by default, they are literal. You can use a $sign to force it to read as non-literal. So I should be able to do 1. You can see that does seem to be working. So we should be able to do 2 here. Which is being read literally. Rumor is a decent name. Make one of them named Rumor. Cool. So now what we can do is create a class 3. And now we have the ability 1, 2, 3 is now start, middle, and end. And now that we control that, we can control much more cleanly how names are formatted. This is a non-literal vowel, soft consonant 3 times, or harsh consonant. I also want to put in another vowel if and only if the initial letter wasn't a vowel. Otherwise, I want it to be a soft vowel. For a second, I thought this name ended in balls. That would have been so funny. The beginning 2 characters are now always a pair of vowel and consonant. A high likelihood that it is a vowel at the ending. I want to reduce the chances Huh? Is there something wrong with this? Why are so many of these ending with SV? Okay. I want to reduce the chance that it's 2 vowels in a row. Say with 3 vowels in a row here, but we'll get there. Um, have to get rid of the chance of there being another vowel in a row. How is this still like 9 characters long? Hey, Fox. That is 10 characters long for a name. That's crazy. That shouldn't even be possible. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. E doesn't have the ability to be that long. Wait, what? A 10 character name shouldn't be possible. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. Yeah. All right, we have some sort of issue with recursive resolution then, because it shouldn't be possible for these names to be this long. Notably, you'll notice there are no C's, there are no V's, there are no S's, there are no K's. So my guess is that these are being treated as non-literal values. Um, let's do this. Let's make a test branch. We will make the expression a 1, and we'll create a class of 1, which has the expression 1 or a. So every single one of the things is a. We mark it as non-literal. Still a. Okay, let's make a class a with the values a, b, or c. So 1 becomes a, b, or c. Or actually just b or c. If we get rid of the literal marking, it's still b or c. So this should be in literal mode, or non-literal mode. We should skip this branch that does the replacements and return the expression directly. If I put 1 in parentheses, is it different? If I put 1 in literal marking parentheses. Why is this being resolved? 1 is being resolved to 1 is being resolved eventually to a. So the expression is 1. So we get our region. We replace it with resolve recurse. So we skip. The expression is now 1 without the parentheses. Literal is true. The expression does not start with a $sign. So literal is still true. The expression contains no of those. The expression is now 1 or a, which is the class value of 1, which is solved down. Now we have 1 or a with no parentheses. It is literal. Selected part was 1. Now the expression is 1. Still literal. Hmm. This is non-literal 1 or a. So if I make it literal 1 or a, it's so weird. So if I want it to be 1 or a, I have to mark it as literal. Literal 1 means that it doesn't go through replacement. Non-literal 1 means it does go through replacement. If I make it non-literal 1 or a, huh? Hold on. If I make this non-literal 1 or a, what about non-literal a? It's giving me an a, but it should be giving me b or c. The dollar sign marks it as non-literal. Means this should be false by default and true if you specify the dollar sign. Now it's always 1, which is wrong. It should be a. Okay. If I make this non-literal a, it should be b and c, never a. Never mind, a is one of the results. So if I do this, it should only be b and c because b and c aren't classes and can't be replaced. This is going to be outlined. The top expression should be always marked as literal. Okay. So now all I've done is I've made it so that if this doesn't start with a if it doesn't start with a dollar sign, it will be changed to start with a dollar sign. It's not possible to use a literal expression because, I mean, at that point, you're just typing text. So now, we have a non-literal 1, which uses class 1, which is a non-literal a, uses class a, which is a, b, or c. And we can see a, b, and c in the list. Now, if we come back here, we can see there's a bunch of not very well done replacement, which is fine. You do this, and then this, and this, which is still somehow giving literals. How could that be? Why is this giving the literal text? Starts with a dollar sign. See. I call generate. This is the uppermost expression, which is $123. If I open this, the expression should be 1. Or it is the content of 1? Yes, there's the content of 1. Is literal. No, then. This should not have it specified. No, it should have it specified. What is happening? Okay, if I go here, click generate, I skip 1 to get into the input of 1. Expression is now VS, SV, 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 KV. I go back here, see what I'm doing. So the expression is VS, SV. Oh, because it's doing this without going through it. So we don't do this. Okay. Found it. Problem has been resolved. Okay. So the plan is, I hate the orders these loaded in. I think it's the last time it was saved. If I do this, unload it and reload it. There we go. We can now limit how they are specified here. So we could get rid of E. D. La fuck. We could also put a second 2 to get more. Saval is a good name, actually. I like that. Actually, some of these aren't terrible. Sassafine. Arsifim is a cool name. Iviosis is a good username. Yick ick ick. What a name. Wait, what are the chances of that? Wait, we got S was Y, I or V was I, then SVSVS rolled CICIC. Wait. The chance of getting ICICIC is 20% times C, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or wait, it's S, isn't it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so it's 0.2 times 0.1 times 0.2 times 0.1 times 0.2 times 0.1. I know it's calculated the average. All right. Going to equal F23 times F24 times F25 times F26 times F27 times F28 is a chance of 0.000008. Or that's going to be divided by 100. So this equals F29 times 100. This equals 1 divided by F29. About 1 in 125,000. Or 0.0008%. What a name. That's ignoring the probability that they are all SV, 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 SV. Just, it's such a strange name. Rasfayu is a good name, actually. That is not what I copied. Straight up missed. What? Fuck. But I keep pressing Control C. Jeez. Kiavasi is a weird name, but we'll take it. There are, after all, 70 more names to generate. Snow cool. Yeah. I like Sanuyo. Bahiri. Sure, why not? Are you far? Let's reduce the name's length to 1, 2, 3. Change 3 to be less likely to end with a soft consonant, and thus always ending with at least one vowel. We'll make it rarely come up with a second vowel. I said rarely. Might remove V from the soft vowel list. Might also remove C from the soft vowel list. And H. Birma sounds like a decent name. Hmm. This is always soft consonant vowel. So what I want to do is make it so that if you got a harsh vowel, you get a soft vowel. It's not soft vowel, soft consonant rather. I want to put a chance for there to be a second one here. Rarely. And another rare chance for there to be a hard consonant here. Bayumi is a decent name. Densere. A strange name, but we'll take it. Didn't I make it rarer for you to appear in the vowel list? I guess I didn't save it. But I want you to be very rare. There are too many of them. Stack Overflow exception. How has that happened? I don't know why that breaks. Why does that fail? It was line 52 twice, then 82. So the first 4 bytes, we take the input. We resolve recurse region, which does not include the. It's just V. Oh. That's a good point. It is possible for V to resolve to itself very many times in a row. Although I don't know why this wouldn't destructively solve itself. The V is a 20% chance to be a U. Which is a chance for it to be V again. So there's a 10% chance for this to be a V. Oh, because it resolves it before determining if it is that. Hmm. So the expression is technically infinite. Here's what we could do actually. We could make a new class, which is say backtick. Nope, can't be backtick. A single quote, which is this AIOU. And we can load V and do a single quote or single quote many times to make U very unlikely. Hmm. This is interesting because it's not actually possible to make a literal in a non-literal expression. Hmm. I mean, in this case, it doesn't matter because there is no class named U, but it is something to consider. What happens if we put two input? There are two ins. Yeah, no, that looks dumb. Get rid of the uh here we go. I don't know what happened, but now the output is really bad. What happens if we just do three twos? What if we just do 1 2? Whole. Lame. Hmm. Do a second 2. We do 1 2 2 E. Hmm. Here we go. As Lara. Nope. Um, you have a chance to be nothing. It does have a chance to be nothing. Hmm. Try this. Oh. Vomeo. Hmm. Can be YY. That's a problem actually. Could make another class. Just on S. Um, then in 3E, instead of this, we use right brace, right bracket. And Soria is an interesting name. They're taking a bunch of names here. Henley sounds like an 1800s British name. Irony. Get some water really quick. So, I don't know how long I've been muted. Oh, no. But yes, welcome. I think I muted when I moved my microphone and forgot to unmute. I've probably been muted for like 2 hours. Oopsies. But yes, welcome. How are you doing? We forgive you. I probably need to stop using the microphone mute button. It's just one of those things you accidentally bump it and you never think about it. Unfortunate. But hope you are doing well today. Um, I was giving a little bit of a background, and the thing is, I am naming 100 characters. Um, you see in front of you, I am Alare. The second of 100, and essentially there are 99 other. They're called Centurion Samir, which were the 100 created by the goddess of love in like 900 or something. They're all kind of old. They're all about 1100. What is current year actually? What is current year? Current year is around 2000. What page is gonna have the current year? Are you going to have the current year? No. Are you gonna have the current year? No. I don't know what the current year is. Hmm. I don't actually know. I should do, but I don't. Huh. I think current. Well, actually, no. Current year is defined by current time. It should be on my website actually. Um, I don't know where on my website it is. Uh, Casually just yoink this. Let's see. Current time, like right now in Fuse is 2010. Yeah. I think everything goes down in about 2009. That means that all of the Samir are basic math, my grandest enemy. Um, yeah, they're all 1061. Yes. Essentially, what I'm doing is I'm generating names for all of them because uh, only 2 of them were named prior. Uh, so I've generated 98 additional names for all of the ones. These are not going to be the names that they typically use. It's pretty rare for one of the Centurion to use their actual name because essentially the problem is that the goddess that created them did not actually have very many names ready. And she created 100. So as their names go on, they get worse. You ran out of ideas, all right? So that's why some of the names are a little freaky. But most of them are using aliases anyway. And the fun thing is, 2 of them are dead. So we have to figure out which ones of them are dead. Say probably no more than 30 are dead. They're pretty well protected because they cannot be they can't reproduce is the thing. So they are pretty well protected. So let's find out how many of them are dead. Oh, why can I not reset the transform? There we go. All right. So I'm going to say a maximum of 25 of them are dead. 23. I say a maximum of 15 of them are dead. I don't want to generate that many. 4 is too low, actually. We'll say a minimum of 8. 11. Okay. So we need to run 11 rounds. The minimum ID is 3. Maximum is 100. Who dies? Number 26. Rip Rumor. 43. Yeah, no, that's fair. That name is trash. 71. Rip Serious. Number 4 is 8. Norel, no. 35. Ayumi. 26 is already dead. What? Sinuyel is dead. How many is that? 3, 4, 5, 6. 15. Lots of low IDs. 32. This is our second double roll. I think that's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need one more. 97. Damn. Okay. 11 of them have died. Which, all things considered, is not very many. Go to this for now. While I change the background color of this to be not so difficult to look at. Okay. Here's all the names, right? A couple of them were randomly typed in. Like Angel wasn't in the list of generated ones, but very well could have been. Also, we have Lily and Lily, just because I thought it'd be funny to have two that have exactly the same name, and they're both alive, so that's fun. I want to do quickly conditional formatting. Um, why is it trying to connect to my printer? What do you mean untitled one? Surprised that that worked as well as it did, honestly. Put a cell background. There we go. See, now we have all of the names. We can copy and paste this list into any type on the Samir page. Nope, the Centurion Samir page. Why was it pasted as an image? Did it forget the text? Hmm. Did not paste as a table. Weirdly enough, it did paste as an ordered list though, so I might be alright with that. Hmm. All right, we have everybody named. That didn't take as long as I expected it to, honestly. Um, hmm. Trying to think of if I need to do anything with coalescence. I already fixed the one thing I was trying to fix. And I could make the name generation program more uh fully featured, but I am actually just really tired. I don't know why, because I haven't been awake that long. I don't think, at least. Have I? Did I wake up at 8? I don't remember. I actually have no idea. When the hell did I sleep? I think I'm on 4 hours. Maybe that's why I'm so tired. I mean, I should be, like, jazzed up from caffeine, but I think it's already expired. Hmm. I don't know. Maybe we do just call it here. Kind of early, but just too eepy to do much of anything right now. Hmm. Yeah, I think I will. I have an idea of who to raid, though. That's exciting. Yeah, I did wake up early today. I was doing art earlier. Never see it, though. Mainly because it's not done. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great day. We are going to raid Pelly, who is playing Deer and Boy. Whatever the hell that is. Um, and yeah, our donathon is in 3 days on the 27th at 10 p.m. Hopefully, I'm not eepy as shit. I'll try to get good sleep. No promises though. But uh, we'll see how that goes. And yeah, we have a bunch of interesting things. I did have to remove the song cover from it, because the song's license says I can't make any money off of it, and this could be interpreted as me making money off of it. So, in order to not uh violate the PIA Pro policy for the song, um, we will not be covering it as a result of the donathon. But yes, everybody, thank you again, and I will see you next time. I feel like Markiplier when I say that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Markiplier outro is crazy.